Hey friends, hello, hello,
Hello, everyone.
hello. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Yeah, it's such a
You can
sweet
tell
day. Happy
love is
Valentine's
in the
Day.
air. We're all ready for it. And we have a really fun craft for it too. Oh my gosh, this is I want to say it's a free craft. Like I had everything here at
Yep, me
home,
too.
right? It's a no cost craft for Valentine's Day that turns out really so spectacular. It's such a beauty. I absolutely love this one.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a doggy theme, like all our crafts are. So, if you don't know who we are, I'm Patty. I'm here with Hillary,
Hello, everybody.
and we are the Hound Hugger DIY co-founders. And as I mentioned, we do all kinds of fun crafts and dog treat recipes and all kinds of things in honor of our love for pups. And today's a really special one that we're going to do. You could make a card or wall art or whatever we're calling this bones and blooms wall art or art. It's a little print that we're going to make. Here it is.
That's
So cute. Little bone shape with all the little flowers and blooms on it. Really pretty.
And I have one slightly different in a heart
Love
shape
that.
with just little paw prints. And you can't see, but the little paw prints are little roses. So there.
It's really sweet. I absolutely love it. It's really fun technique. Neither one of us had tried this before, and you kind of have like get carried away. It's
Yeah.
really quick and easy and a lot of fun. And it's just such a sweet little memento that you can make in honor of your pup, whether you have them in your heart or whether they're in your furry home. Anyway, it's a really sweet, easy technique. And the first thing you're going to need is to grab let's see, your cookie cutters. So as Hillary did on her first one, she used a heart shaped, and we're going to use, yeah, a little bone shaped. And we have this great kit that we found. There's a link for it below. It's got paw prints, all different shapes and sizes, and little bone prints or bone shapes that are all different sizes. We're going to use the largest bone shape for this one for today, but you can use whichever you want. And this technique will work with any cookie cutter that you're
Yep.
using.
You can. So if you want to, if you have some hearts, you can grab some hearts and
Yeah, yeah. And then
customize it however you'd like.
depending on the thickness of your cookie cutter, the metal ones have a really thin edge that you use to cut dough with, and then there's a thicker edge that you kind of hold on to. The thick edge is the edge we're going to paint today. But Hillary, your heart-shaped cookie cutter was a little fatter, right?
Yeah, so you can see it's got a really wide edge on one side. So I actually just used the thin side
Yeah.
when I did mine.
It's up to you. It doesn't really there's no right or wrong.
Yeah.
But if it's super, super thin, like these metal ones, you probably want to use a little thicker side just so it can grab onto that paint that you're
Yeah.
gonna be painting with.
I'll
So
pop on a little
yeah,
close-up
let's
view
show
so
a
we can
close
see
up.
that.
So here I am here with our little just using cardstock paper. You could use a grocery bag paper, like any kind of paper that you have on hand. Printer paper, anything will work. Cardstock's nice just because the paint doesn't go through it, onto
Yeah.
the surface below. But really anything will work. Construction paper, printer, or what was I going to say? Wrapping paper, anything really that you have on hand would work. And so we're going to use two colors of paint. I've got just a sample here that I had on hand. You could find something in the apple barrel family if you wanted to for red, and then pick a nice fun green color. I've just got some kind of bright, cheery colors for mine. If you want to go darker and richer, you can as well with that. And then we're just going to load up your brush, and we're just going to paint the edge. And you're going to go all the way around the edge of your cookie cutter. And some areas can be a little globular, you want to make sure that there's some good coverage. The whole thing doesn't have to be covered. So if you miss a spot, don't worry about it. But you want to have enough paint that when you turn this over, we're using this to stamp the shape of the bone onto our piece of paper. So again, doesn't have to be perfect. And you kind of want to go at a pretty quick pace because you don't want it to dry out from where you first started. That's also another reason to kind of give it a nice thick coating. If you think it's dried out from where you started, you can go back over some of the beginning spots. Once you feel like you've got some nice good coverage, you're going to flip this over. And I'm just going to kind of center it on my piece of paper and boom, make a decision, set it down, go with it. And my cookie cutter's a little wonky, so I have to push down on one side. It's not exactly level. And then you lift it up and look how cute. And it's okay to have little empty spots. That's not a problem.
It kind of gives it the character. So there's little bits of blobs and little breaks in it. That's what'll kind of help with the overall effect that we're going for.
Exactly. All right. And so once you have that, then you're going to take, I just have another brush so I don't have to clean the first one that I used. And then you're going to dip it in some water. And this is where the fun begins. I'm so excited. This is a really cool technique. So you just dip it in some water and then you're just going to make little round flowery shapes. And you just kind of work your way around the bone. And you can kind of keep going back. And it turns out so pretty.
And this is another area where you kind of work relatively quickly because you're kind of pulling that wet paint. But if it does tend to dry, you can just, wet your brush a little bit more, add a little bit more paint if you need to. And
yeah, exactly. And they don't have to look like perfect little flowers either, right? These are just little,
it's just almost abstract blob type of.
Yeah, exactly. All right. And then if you'd like, you can dry it. I've got a little heat gun here. I'm just going to turn this on for a second. It's not perfectly dry. That's fine. You could dry it all the way if you'd like. And then the next thing you're going to do is take your green paint. And I've put some on a little paper plate just so I can add some water and kind of water it down a little bit. And I want to add a little more water to this. And then we're going to just make some random leaves all the way around. And you're just going to add them. Just little bloop. Again, they don't have to be perfect little leaf shapes. We're just hinting.
And you can kind of play with how much water, how much pigment you're using so that it gets a little bit of that dimension where it's a little darker in some areas and a little lighter in others.
Right,
so it doesn't,
right.
You're not painting a perfect leaf or anything. It's just kind of the idea of a leaf. So it's real abstract.
And if it's not all the way dry, just don't touch the red. Just make sure you don't touch the red and you'll be fine. If it's all the way dry, you can layer on top. But look how pretty it comes together. It's so sweet. And you could be really specific with your leaf shape, or you can just make little, little dots here and there. This isn't a science.
Yep.
Whatever. And so I was telling Hillary, my problem is I don't know when to stop. I would have luscious little garden all over. So there we have it.
The other thing that's kind of fun is you can go in. So it's nice and soft and things like that. But if you wanted to add a little bit more detail, you can go in and add a little bit more pigment on top too.
Yeah,
to kind of make it as realistic or kind of abstract as you want.
Yeah, exactly. And then when it's all dried and done, You could put a little saying in here, like "I woof you" if you wanted to, or you could turn this to the side and you could put your dog's name in here. I could put Ginger if I wanted to. You can get little stamps, or you could just hand write that in there. And this would just make the sweetest little card or, piece of artwork if you want to frame that. If you want to give that to a friend, it's just the sweetest little idea for Valentine's Day. We just thought it would be so fun.
And it's so quick and easy. It's really fun to do. It's a little bit addicting, so it'll be hard to make just one.
Exactly. So here's one I did with a heart-shaped cookie cutter. You could see it when I picked it up, it tapped the paper twice in this little area. It's totally fine. It just adds to kind of that viney feel of the flowers. And then I put a little watery colored paw print in the center. But yeah, you could really, you could do all kinds of things with this. It would be so much fun to just have your kiddos or have you make one for each of your pups.
Yeah.
Every one of them is different and unique. They're very individual. And I just love that. And I'm not the best painter. Like, I don't practice painting, so I don't know how to do it very well, but it's fun to kind of have this free form. It builds your confidence when you can create something. Yeah, just so lovely, so pretty. It's so sweet.
You can really like just kind of customize them, play with them. Yeah. Go in there, add more, do another one, use a different shape, all of that. It's really a lot of fun, and they only take a few minutes to do from start to finish.
Exactly. It took us no time, and like I said, it's free. The best things in life are free. So anyway, we hope you've been inspired to get out there and do this yourself. We have all kinds of fun other ideas in our video tutorial, especially for Valentine's Day. We've got some fun dog treat themes, Valentine's Day things, and other ideas if you're looking for inspiration. And we also have our craft club, right, Hillary?
Yeah. So if you would like to craft along with us, we always have a ton of fun. It's a community of crafters that get together. We get to work together live. And one of the things, if you join our club, you get a snuffle pattern with all the pattern, the video, the live instructions, all that sort of stuff in one package. And you also get some other fun crafting printables, some other craft ideas, and you get to actually craft along with a group of like-minded crafters, which is always really, really fun to get together and do. So if you're interested in that, you can check out the link. I believe there's a link in the description. You can check out the link in the description to join the club. And you can also check out our store, which has a ton of really fun snuffle toys and things like that in it as well. So
and this month's theme is a love letter snuffle toy. Oh my God, it is the cutest thing ever. And it's so quick and easy to make, and your pup would love it. So, and we have a number of folks that are making them for their shelter dogs and all kinds of stuff. So really, they're just a lot of fun, and we hope we've inspired you to get out there and have fun and make stuff with your hands in honor of your love for pups.
Yeah. And if you know somebody that you think would enjoy this, please share and subscribe, all of those things. It really does help us out a ton if you do that. So
thanks everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Bye-bye.